Hey everybody, welcome back to that Flight Sim channel. This is Captain Flako speaking, and in today's video we are going to continue our tutorial series on the Vision Jet G2. We already did our pre-flight walk around, we did our initial startup, got our plane ready to taxi, and here we are just getting pushed back, and we're going to taxi to the runway and do our takeoff checklist and pretty much set you up to fly this aircraft. So continuing through the checklist that the simulator provides here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So you can see I already got the pushback. The guy's already set me up there. He's leasing the aircraft, and we're gonna go ahead and just taxi over. Let's pull up the checklist here. So we already did the before taxi, before takeoff, so all that is already done. So we are in the in-flight portion of the checklist, and we're gonna go to normal takeoff. And the normal takeoff pretty much just walks you through what the procedure is going to be. So we're going to hold the brakes when we're lined up, when we get our clearance and all that. We're going to hold the brakes, thrust lever, set the takeoff, thrust setting, monitor the thrust setting, indicate it to ensure it aligns with the high-end takeoff bug. Engine instruments, check everything's normal, then release the brakes. Our rotation speed should be 85 knots, and the pitch attitude of 10 degrees. Our landing gear is going to be retracted once we get a positive rate of climb. And then we're going to retract our flaps at 115 knots. And then the airspeed per climb tables. Airspeed target should be as set as desired using published climb performance tables. So that is that. So we're going to just go ahead and leave that cleared out. And we're going to go ahead and taxi to the runway. So here we go. Make sure you give this plane a little bit of thrust to get going. As you can see, the plane does take a little bit of power to get moving, but once it starts moving, see it starts picking up speed. So we're here in Honolulu. We're going to go ahead and taxi onto runway 4 here. Again, I don't have a ATC running or anything like that because this is basic tutorial on the autopilot tutorial. We'll run with ATC and all that, and just kind of go do a quick flight with ATC just so you can see what the procedures are with setting up a flight plan and all that in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and in the Vision Jet. We are here in runway 4, and we are just going to hold short, wait for this aircraft to take off here. Go ahead and just double check our checklist here. So remember, we're going to hold the brakes, thrust level, set the takeoff, monitor the thrust settings, check the engine instruments, make sure everything is good in the green, then release the brakes and 85 knots to rotate this plane to go ahead and clear for takeoff. Once he clears, we will join the runway and go ahead and take off. All right, guys, so after like 5 minutes, that plane took off. We are lined up in the runway and we're ready to go. So again, let's just verify our checklist. We're going to hold the brakes, thrust lever, set the takeoff, monitor the thrust settings, monitor the engine instruments, make sure everything's in the green, release the brakes, and 85 knots to rotate. So here we go, guys. We are lined up. Quick flight control check. Good. We're going to hold the brakes like it asks us to, and here we go. Let's go ahead and set our takeoff power. Takeoff. Everything's in the green. Here we go. Cast messages. Remember, 85 knots is the number we're looking for. 80. Bring up the nose. And about 10 degrees, which is right here. Right. We got a positive rate. We're going to go gear up. So G for gear. Gears coming up. Beautiful. And 115 knots is what the checklist said that we're going to bring our flaps up to. Got 10 degrees. There we go. Beautiful, guys. We're going to go ahead and bring the flaps up now. window's coming down a little bit as the flaps come up. There you go. Let's bring up our checklist. So everything looks good there. Flaps retracted at 115. Airspeed per climb settings. Beautiful world. Little right there. That 10 degrees. And we're going to bring this down. There you go, guys. That's pretty much the takeoff portion of it. We're going to make a right-hand turn here. So really mountains here in Hawaii. But I'm going to go ahead and clear this checklist so everything went smooth. That good. So our climb portion, the thrust lever must be at MSFS setting. Engine parameters monitor, pressurization monitor, ice protection as required, altimeter set as required. Pretty much we are really good right now. We're ready to go. We're actually approaching our 4,000 feet that we set. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim out this plane. Again, we're not doing autopilot or anything like that as of right now. Station inspection altimeter set already, so we're good there. So the next portion of the checklist would be the post-flight, which kind of doesn't walk you through the landing procedure or anything like that on this aircraft. Kind of a bummer there. It just goes straight to the shutdown. So one thing that I do recommend, guys, if you guys haven't done so already, check out SoFly. SoFly has a bunch of different little things that make the quality of life of the simulator way better. One, for example, is right now I'm using Weather Preset Pro. As you can see, the clouds look really nice. The weather looks realistic. You can come here and it has over 200 presets that you can set to. So right now, you know, if I go here, scroll down, you can do autumn, twilight. You can see it changes the weather conditions. And it just gives you the kind of desired look you're looking for in those clouds. So that's one of them. And then the next one that I'm going to recommend, as we're flying around here, the next one we're going to recommend is the SoFly Checklist Pro. If you click this, Aircraft Checklist Pro, this covers all the aircraft checklists in the simulator and more. So a ton of them are already on here. So if you go to 160 on the Checklist Pro here, page 160 is the Vision Jet. So as you can see, now you have a little more in-depth checklist going on here. You have your after takeoff, so gear up, flaps up, climb power, engine temperature, check all that, cabin pressure check. That's kind of like what it says. As you see now, it says the landing lights off, ice protection as required, just like that. So on the cruise, make sure the altimeter is set, make sure your power is set, fuel is checking it, you're checking your cabin pressure, ice protection as required, and then here's your descent. So power as required, fuel, always check it, ice protection as required, seatbelts on, and then do the approach briefing. So pretty neat having these checklists available for you. You know, it covers some of the stuff that the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 checklist doesn't cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set myself up for a nice little landing here, and I'm going to just walk you through what I would do through a landing situation here. It'll skip right into the approach phase of it, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, we are currently descending through 2,600 feet. I'm going to go ahead and start making a right-hand turn towards the airport. Nothing much to it, guys. All I did was bring power to idle, let the plane slow down on its own, bring the nose down, and start descending. Once I have visual of the runway, I'll start introducing flaps into the mix.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Sink right here.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Go. We're at 1,700 feet. Make sure my barometer.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Alright, so if you remember on the checklist, they didn't really give us much to go off with flap speeds or anything like that. Even on the checklist Pro, for the Vision Jet. What I would recommend is check out the checklist for the Vision Jet from the CIRRUS website. It kind of gives you all the information that you need for this aircraft. Let's see if we can make our way back to the airport. I'm going to go ahead and give it flaps 1. A little bit of power. Let's see if we can get visual on this runway. In front of us here. And little turbulence. Love it. Yeah, there's the runway. So I'm going to go ahead and gear down. Off center here, but don't worry, fix it. This plane's like a little fighter jet, so get ourselves lined up.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Little high slope here, a little low, little power. Again, guys, there's nothing special that I'm doing here other than just flying the aircraft. The instrumentation, everything is under green. A little low, a little power. A little better. Alright, touchdown. Not bad. Any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing, so I'll call that good. Honestly, what threw me off there is how low this aircraft is, so kind of floated and then it just dropped a little bit. No big deal. We are safe and sound. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. You guys saw what I did. Nothing special, just flap speed and maintained a nice little glide slope into the runway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward to the parking spot, and that way we'll go over the shutdown procedure. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, we are back in the parking spot, so let's go ahead and turn on our checklist for our post-flight, our shutdown. So thrust level is set to idle, good. Engine ice protection, just double check that that is all off, which is good. Engine bleed switch must be set to fresh. Let's go ahead and verify that. Bleed, fresh air, good. Master oxygen switch set to off, good. Lights off, good. Generator switches off, good. Engine knob set to off, good. Engine press to stop, like that, good. Monitor the N2, that goes below 24. Oh, good. Battery switch is set to off. Yeah, good. And parking brake as required, so we're going to set our parking brake. Full e-brake. Good. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you shut down the Vision Jet. See, you can just exit the aircraft. Technically, we do this right. So we'd open the door back here. Door. We can exit the aircraft, however passengers exit as well. Now we can exit the aircraft. Just like that. Come here. Set our chocks. So the plane doesn't go anywhere. Run around over here and open the baggage compartment. Get our golf clubs out and let's go golfing in Hawaii. Anyways, guys, this again, it's very basic. It's a pretty basic aircraft, to be honest. It's not very hard, nothing overly complicated. The autopilot does get a little intricate, but it's nice to, once you learn it, it's very nice to know, and you can apply it on other aircraft that are G3000 equipped. But hopefully, again, guys, this gives you a feeling, a good, nice understanding of what's going on with this aircraft, and give you a better taste of it. So when you turn it on, kind of go through this video and be like, okay, yeah, it doesn't look too hard. It's not as intimidating as it may seem. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit a like. You know, let us know in the comments if I missed anything, if I messed anything up. It's fine. This is a learning process. I am not a real pilot. I just try to study this as much as I can to help you guys get into it like I do. Anyways, guys, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't. You know, we appreciate all the support as always. And yeah, as always, happy flying, guys. See you on the next one. Peace.